Yeah.
What have I been telling you?
Ain't nobody gonna
We
say
need to be creating our own table because building our table. That's why I'm here. Not just because he runs my favorite bar, but like I'm here because this is our table. We have to build our table. And all of us at different points in our lives, at different stories, none of us are the same. 99% of us are cool except for Willie. You know, and like
Talk about me like that.
you know, and so like all I want to say is like what he is saying to us is like we have to build our table for our future children and the kids and the YNs and the OGs. Like it's on us.
Right.
No one's coming to save us but ourselves. And I just want to reiterate that like I would not support Will. I have friends who run for office all the time. And I'd be like, okay, girl.
I agree with you. I 100% agree. I have friends. I have people come with me all the time. Hey, I'm running.
Right.
So
We gotta start
when
operating
we-
like that.
When you say we, who do you speak of? Who's gonna be at this table?
I'm
We like.
I mean, the
how do you-
people,
like, I'm
the
just
people
saying-
who have been doing the work in the community, like a Tandra Mitchell, who knows Uptown better than anybody. You got a captain in South City, Rebecca Hutchinson, who knows South City
We
better.
need
than
some
anybody.
money at the table.
And we got to see the table. The money's available.
I mean, that's
The money's
tap into the
available
money.
with the right representative speaking on behalf of the community. And that's what I want to do. Yeah. I'm not saying don't celebrate the small wins, right? Every win is a
They
win.
don't know they're celebrating a small win.
yeah, that's what I was saying. They
That's the
don't
whole.
realize
That's the key.
Just think about it.
That's
Like
the key.
now, when we were in school, a D and an F. Well, that's a F would be 63 or lower.
Mhm.
That's a D now.
Whoa.
So the standards are low.
Serious.
Yeah,
What did you say?
a 60,
A 69 and below.
Yeah, like when I was in school,
Maybe- wait,
it'd be
wait,
below
wait,
70.
My nephew called me. He said, "Oh, hey, I got 4 B's and an A." I said, "Oh, cool." I said, "Let me see the shit." I'm like, "It's a 75. It's a B."
Nigga, that was a C when I was in school. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know, I didn't want to bust his up. I said, "Keep it up, man."
Yeah.
Keep it up. His only A was like an 88.
But think about your generation.
Right there
Okay,
with them in the hood.
okay.
I'm seeing them. Every
So you
opportunity.
don't work. You got time to be in the hood with.
My work is in the hood.
Okay.
My
I'm
work
just
is.
saying.
I just say your circle of influence. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm just gonna
Okay.
tell you about me.
Okay.
You're not gonna make this about what I
still
do.
gotta work. Yeah.
I work.
But
for
when I
you.
get off, I
But
go
I'm
to
saying
my job.
we have to be intentional about our work.
Right.
Here it is. It's simple. Yes, set the expectation. Invite them to commit to something. And then here come the imp. Provide them some metrics. Put some feedback to it. And link all that to some type of situation for them. Not a bad or good one.
Right. But then when you got these kids that may not be afforded the opportunity to have a good parent in the home, when we come to those doors and we tell them that, hey, these programs are available, we also have to identify the resources that that parent needs.
Yes, because
And we gotta
I
get
have
that
a young
parent back
lady
on
that
track.
I've had the ability to provide for her little sister. She take care of her siblings. And she has a mother in the house.
Right.
But every time, you want to go here? No, I can't go because I got. How can I help you
They're
when
taking
you
it
want,
on.
when you feel a sense of responsibility as a child?
Okay.
to
But
take care of
that's the
your mom?
parent.
You need to get 500. Don't get 5,000.
Mhm.
You know, because they seeing nobody's telling them what to do at that level.
No
But
doubt.
It's quicksand.
yes,
No,
because
how do you
you're gonna get in there and all they're gonna do is give you a piece of paper and they're gonna say, oh, well, you can't start class until you go check that box. Well, that box just signed you up for an unsub and a subsidized loan that you did not need.
Mm-hmm. And they gonna buy some bunch of Jordans and
Yeah, you're
dumb
gonna
shit.
get a
Yeah.
refund check and then go what?
They're predators because when I went to college, the first thing we did after our
They've been praying on them.
All of
We
them.
know this.
Right.
It just
It's free money.
That's as
Oh,
much
you gotta
as
pay
the
it back.
schools.
So we've agreed that
Why haven't HBCUs banned that predatory?
we got to
Good
have that
question.
conversation.
You can't
Thank
talk about
you.
that. You can't talk about
That
that.
sounds like accountability.
We can't talk about HBCUs now.
When young girls have babies, 4, 5 babies, 24, 25 years old, and we have the conversation, kind of like what you said, be a product of that. Say, okay, here's the data, here are your options. You can get on this particular birth control, I don't want those chemicals in my body. If I hadn't
See.
heard that lack
But
of
we
knowledge
get all kind of
and
weeds
changing
and shit
that, my
and
mama
rashes and
said,
shit. Okay.
my grandmama said,
Right.
my friend went through this. It's education.
And that's why
My
I
niece-
joined
And we
the
don't even
Step
talk
Ahead.
about education in school. I remember when our boys went to school in Iowa, they had an option to bring the baby home. The baby cried, this, all of that. We don't have those
I remember that.
No, we don't.
anymore.
And it's a shame because Body School System does it. It's
You
just a
have to
my
have-
kids were
We
in
gotta
Body
start
School. It's
adopting
just
some
a
of
Y'all
the
keep
things.
saying it's
between
we got.
Because in this season, you need full-time representation. We don't have the opportunity or the window of time to just do things on Monday and Wednesday and think that we're doing our job. This
I'm
is
sorry to
every day.
interrupt, but I will say this is what's wrong with politics right now is the people who can afford to. I will always acknowledge my privilege. I could always do more because I had good jobs, I had good education. If my job fired me, I could get another job. I could lean on my parents, I could lean on my family. You know what I mean? And when I started in my first year, I remember I won in 2018. Trump won. And he took Jeff Sessions. He fired Jeff Sessions. The last thing Jeff Sessions did was fulfill the promise to Jim Strickland to remove DOJ from city of Memphis, right? And like literally one of the last things Jeff Sessions did before he left office. And so for me, I call a press conference. I'm one of 13. And as a Democrat, I'm one of 9. As a black person, I was one of 8. And I remember the other folks being like, why is she calling a press conference? Why? She thinks she's all that. She thinks she's all that. And I was like, why are we all calling a press conference? Like, we should all be, you know, and then like, I had to learn over 4 years that I can't be mad at my fellow Democrats. I can't be mad at my fellow black people because like, I was gifted, like, I was able, people in Memphis and Shelby County, especially black people, are like, politics is a FedEx job, y'all. Politics is an Amazon job. Even if like a part-time job is 29, what is it now? 32.1?
32.
It's 30.
And my guarantee to my district, and not only the district, but the entire Shelby County, is that you will have somebody that's on the ground working day in and day out to address those issues. The problems that we have right now in our county cannot be fixed on Monday and Wednesday. They have to be done day in and day out. And you have to have somebody who's not afraid to have those tough discussions and call things to the table. You have to have somebody that is okay with relinquishing some power and giving it to the stakeholders who have been doing the work in the community. My job is to take the input that Ms. Tandra Mitchell has from Uptown and bring it to the county commission. And that's our partnership. I'm not trying to do everything. I want everybody to have skin in the game and have some form of responsibility. Because when we begin to see that our voice matters and that our work matters, then we create a bigger table. And the table's gonna be small in the beginning because some people are not those worker bees, right? The harvest is plenty, but the workers are few, right? So we gotta identify who are our workers in our community who are ready to sit at the table and to begin to have that discussion that say we're going a different route. And a lot of people are from Missouri. They have to show something first, right? When people see things are moving in the right direction, then you will have people that get on board, and we can't shame them for not being there in the beginning. Because some people they've been lied to so long, they don't have a trust with elected officials. So here we come again with this talk, it's election time, and people jump on
And
board.
your chicken.
Right, and you get your chicken and you get your turkey, then you go home. And you don't see me again for 4 years. And that's just a disservice to the community. In this season, we gotta be boots on the ground, 24/7. I have that flexibility, and so that's my why on why I'm running. And I think that if I do that, then that's gonna become contagious. I'm doing something that's against the grain, something that's new, that hasn't been done in a long time, but I believe in my heart that it's effective. And it proves in this room by having people come today that people wanna see change, right? And not everybody has that flexibility. So I'm hoping that you guys are trusting me with the opportunity to do the work. And in return, we delegate and we identify strong people in our community to begin to have those circles of influence that you spoke about to change the narrative of our young people. My wife and I, we travel quite a bit, go to different cities, and I see what's possible in other cities, and I don't believe that that's far removed from Memphis being the same way. I want to be able to do the same thing that I do in Nashville, St. Louis, Chicago, New York, in my own hometown. And that's the fuel that pushes me because I know that it's possible. But we got to move some pieces around and we got to identify those people in the community that really want to work, and we got to collaborate, right? And we got to give everybody an opportunity to have a voice and have action at the table. Not just sitting at the table, but actually participate.
You should be asking people why they're running. When people are, there's about to be, what? 100 people running for office.
8 new commissioners.
No, I mean, yeah.
Overall.
So when overall, the ballot, you will probably have 100 people running for office. And they might not all be individually on your ballot, but ask them why they keep doing it. Y'all, I will tell you this, and these two know this. There are weeks I don't sleep. There are weeks I don't eat. But I always come back to the people. You know what I mean? And there are people who are just like, oh man, you know, it's cool to be elected. And I want you guys to look at the people who are like taking it on the chest. He's been taking it on the chest since before he's not elected yet, but I met him in a parking lot at was Dave Wells. When he was Will the Underdog. And I was like, Will the Underdog Richardson. And now, like, that's my brother. Like, you know what I mean? And I remember the first time I met him, and he was like, hey, I'm Will. I was like, hey, I'm Tammy. He's like, and I was like, oh, Underdog. You know, like, I thought it was a gimmick, and it was not. Like, this man, no matter what he's lost, this is not his first race. He has lost, but he has still worked.
And we are intentional about chipping away day in and day out. Then we can make our community better. And I can't do it all by myself, but you guys help me and give me that push to keep pressing on. When we're having conversations like this and we're talking about what can we do to make the community better, I want everybody's input at the table because I don't have all the answers. But I believe that in this room there are enough people to change a neighborhood. And if we can change a neighborhood, we can change a community. And if we can change a community, we can change our city, our county, and furthermore, we can change our state. So it starts with these things. One thing that Andre 3000 said in his Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction speech, he said it starts in small rooms.
Yeah.
And this is a small room. And the things that we do and we talked about tonight will come to fruition in 6 months, 8 months, a year. And some of this stuff, to be honest with you, we won't even see the ribbon cuttings. But we'll know that we did something in this moment that had impact to move our city forward. I'm going to be ready to sing, but tonight, hey, let's go ahead too. But let me say this right here. I appreciate each of you guys day in and day out coming out to support this new movement that we're gonna have. And you know, like Tammy said, yeah, we have to be at our table. But everybody has to bring a dish. Everybody in this room has a skill set. I don't want to be the only person doing the work. I want to empower others to do the work alongside me because then we get there a lot faster. So I want to thank Ms. Tandra Mitchell for the work that she's done day in and day out for Uptown that doesn't get noticed a lot. When I get down there, I make sure that I acknowledge you. But there are a lot of people in this room that are doing the work. You know, you got people in here like Eric.